You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast, so if you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot, turn this off before you get butthurt and mad, start to cry, have to run to your safe space. All opinions are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any government agency.
Welcome back to another episode of MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, ICEMAN, as always. And I got me a co-host.
I'm going to ask you this only once. Do you or do you not know about the bird?
Oh, God.
Because everybody's heard that the bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a word. Bird, bird, bird. The bird is a word. Bird, bird, bird.
Freebird is back in the clubhouse, co-host with me today.
It's good to be back. Appreciate you having me.
He's better than me. He remembered his tablet. My notes I've been taking are in my unit, 40 miles from here, because I drove my motorcycle home and didn't grab my handy-dandy notebook. So I'm going to have to fly it off the cuff on my astounding memory that I have. Just Bam rolled her eyes at me as I said that.
It's been pretty good in the first few episodes. He had a pretty good memory.
Yeah. I've been taking a lot of notes, which has helped. I think I remember, I say I do, most of what happened.
I do like to see, I would like to see that when you're riding down the road on your motorcycle with your tablet.
Yeah, I pull over and do that. That wouldn't be safe.
You need one of those recorders now, the pocket recorder. That way you can just talk into it. You don't have to take.
Well, if I
any
did
notes.
that, then I could just stick it on here, and I wouldn't have to do this thing.
Yeah, it could be. You can infuse it into this podcast.
Let Bam just have to edit all the different pieces in.
Yeah,
she don't have enough to do. Give her something to do.
That was work. That would work
on her hobby side. I know you listen to some past episodes because we talked about them on the phone of the OG pimp.
Yeah.
And, of course, the exotic dancers that I had stopped.
Yeah. And I know
you said you still didn't have no naked stories.
I haven't had a naked story.
But you came up with a plan, you told me.
I did.
And I told you it was cheating. Look, see, they're looking because I hadn't told her what this plan was.
Well, I hadn't told Miss Freebird
either.
She's
about to find out. The plan was he was going to bring a unit home and, put it in the garage, pretend like he pulled you over, and you were going to have to,
she was going to be
get naked, yeah.
Naked.
Yeah, so I told him that was cheating. If you pull over your wife at your house, it's cheating.
No, I apparently that was going to be the only way that I could get a naked story, so I was going to have to do a strip search in the garage, in the unit. Iceman did say, that doesn't count. I'm like, well, apparently that's the only way that I'm going to have.
Count.
Because Turtles had a naked story, and everybody else has had a naked story except for Freebird.
Yeah.
Everybody's had one, so I said, well, this is my plan.
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
I guess they didn't listen because I told that one girl on laughing. I said, if you listen, send me your OnlyFans page info, and I'd plug it out for her. And I haven't got any emails.
That was the last. That was on your last stop.
Yeah, well, that was last week. I did forget to say on that story that the whole conversation started because the passenger was sleeping when I first pulled him over, and she had a roll of toilet paper she was using as a pillow, and I asked her if she was snuggling with the snuggle the toilet paper. Or I said, do you just use that? Do you have to go that bad? She told me how she was using the toilet paper as a pillow.
Well, the
multifunctional.
COVID has made people go crazy because everybody else that could be using a toilet paper, you have people going out buying the toilet paper left and right and the paper towels, and I guess they're buying it for pillows. I don't know.
It's still like that. You go to the stores and the shelves are still half empty of toilet paper and paper towels and stuff like that. I don't know I've never figured out what COVID has to do with paper products.
I don't either. Because the first time we were quarantined and COVID had just come about, everybody went crazy to go buy the paper towels and toilet paper, and it didn't amount to anything. So the second time, since everything's flared back up, you would have figured you had learned your lesson the first time, and apparently the people that didn't get the chance before is now getting a chance now.
Well, I'm going to rename COVID-19 now. I just thought of this too.
Just now?
Yeah. From what you said, how COVID keeps flaring up.
We're
going to call it herpes 19. It keeps having these little flare-ups every now and then.
Every 6 months.
It won't fucking go away.
The herpes 19. I don't know if does that have anything to do with the toilet. I mean, I guess the toilet paper and the
I don't know.
And the toilet and the paper towels can help with the.
It keeps having the damn flare-ups and stuff, and them herpes 19s out. So when somebody says, "You ain't got that herpes 19, do you?"
Have you come across anybody that wanted to throw the COVID-19 sign up in the window that you pull over?
I've had people pull their mask up when I've pulled them over. I've had a couple stops where pull people over and like, speeding because I was going here because I just tested positive for COVID-19. Like, okay, give me your stuff. It's not gonna work.
Yeah,
still writing you a ticket.
You said I got wipes and I got hand sanitizer to wash all your stuff.
Exactly.
Well, you usually have, I guess, with dispatch and all, you usually have all the information anyway. So,
we get the calls.
I have in the past just say, look, just keep all your stuff. I've got everything run. Don't worry about it. I got your name, your address. I said, hey, is your address the same on your license as it is? As it is current.
I'm getting I stop asking that because they're like, what's your address? I got to look it up. Who lives at this house? Well, if my parents still live, it's good enough. As long as somebody lives there, I don't care.
So you have to modify your same spiel that you've had in the past, like
I
need your license, registration, and insurance.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize, hey, we already have that shit before we get up to the car.
Well, a lot of people don't realize you only have in the state of Louisiana, after you move from one location to another one, you only have 10 days to change the address on your driver's license. Yeah, so I'm like, I'll look at people like, well, how long ago did you move? Oh, and you can see them thinking because they don't know what the law is. So they're trying to think the right answer. Like, well, maybe it's only like a month or two, or maybe I have 6 months. And they're like, I moved 3 months ago. Okay. And I pop them with that 10 days, and they're kind of like, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, now, if you move in from out of state, you have I think 90 days to do it. But if you're a resident of the state and you changing apartments, you have 10 days to change your driver's license after you move, or you can be cited for it. Which I have been known to write some of those tickets.
I have written a couple of myself for that same statute. And you can tell the ones that have been pulled over before and have tried that, have been asked that same question, and then they still refused because they will say, I just moved 7 days ago. Well, damn good and well, there's no way that you just moved 7 days ago. You just know because you've been pulled over before.
Yeah.
And somebody else told you that 10-day window.
Well, this past week, since we're talking about excuses, Tuesday, when I was out writing ticket, it was like the most extreme day of excuses I ever had. Almost every single person I pulled over was an excuse after an excuse after an excuse. I was just going with the flow of traffic. But when I got with that one, I'm like, I look at the person, I'm like, fuck this person. It's like there was nobody around you when were you trying to catch up, or were you that far ahead of them? Because you were the only car within half a mile in either direction of you. You were not going with the flow of traffic. Oh, I was just passing that other vehicle. Well, that's fine, but you still can't exceed the speed limit to that to pass the other vehicle who was going the speed limit in the first fucking place.
In a no passing zone, probably.
I was on the interstate. It was definitely a passing zone, but I love the one I never speed. And it just happens to be the one time you have sped in your entire life, and I just happen to be here to catch you, right?
And you exceeded the speed limit by 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, at least 11 with the ICEMAN.
Or it's like you get the ones, which I've gotten several. Oh, I never speed. I never speed at all. I wasn't paying attention. Why you got that radar detector up on your dash if you never speed? Why would you need that?
Yeah.
They're just kind of like, shut up. Like, I'm not going to see that shit. Like, why do you have it? Because you think it looks cool? Really? They're kind of a waste of money.
Yeah, they didn't spend $200 to not speed.
Yeah, it's a waste of money. Radar guns are the radar detectors and laser
most of
detectors
the companies that make the radar detectors make the
radar
their radars and the lidars.
Yeah,
they're double dipping on both sides.
Actually, I write people all the time with those damn detectors, and it's like I love it when I get those. And just to let y'all know, when I do get people with those detectors, I put a note on the back of the citation that you had one of those in there. So if you go to court, say, "Well, Your Honor, I never speed them. Why'd you have a radar detector?"
I have in the past taken the lidar when I did notice when you first make contact and did notice a radar detector. After you issue the citation and you go back to get them to sign, I do take the lidar back and I'll hit the lidar while I'm giving them the ticket to sign. That way it makes the radar detector go full strength and peg out. I'm like, see, it doesn't do any good because you didn't even know it was going to happen.
A lot of times, especially like if I'm running, when I'm out writing tickets like that, I'm not running a hot radar. The lidar don't stay hot. If I'm just driving around patrolling with my radar on and it's just on, transmitting, you're going to pick me up. But if I'm standing on the side of the road running, I'm not running hot. By the time when your radar detector goes off from either my radar or my lidar, whichever one I'm using, when it pegs out on you, it's too late. I already got you at that point. I already got you. Yep. I also had I had the one, I was just coming back from a funeral. This person actually passed me. I was doing like 6 or 7 over the speed limit, and this person just passed me. So I was in my unit, which is a pickup truck. That's full. It's marked, but it's slick top, no lights on top. But it's like a billboard down the side. You've seen it, ginormous lettering, and I got in behind them.
It kind of blends like a city worker truck sometimes.
That's their fault if they can't read, because it's your sheriff's office on it, big as shit, and it's reflective. Anyway, I get behind them. We actually got up to 84 and a 60, and I'm like, yeah, fuck this. Pulled him over. He gives me the excuse. Oh, well, we're just coming back from a funeral. I said, I'm sorry to hear that. Who passed away? Oh, my friend's mom. I was like, well, I'm not being rude or nothing, but you know, I've been friends with my friends' moms and stuff like that, but that don't count on the pass on speed unless I said I might have gave you a break if it was a direct relative, wife, kid, mom, dad, maybe an aunt or an uncle, but we're getting kind of far out when we get to cousins and shit like that with me. So yeah, but just Tuesday, I was like excuse after every freaking body.
So the funeral's already over.
It was already
after
over.
The funeral. Yeah. You're in a hurry to go where?
I guess home. I don't know. They lived in New Orleans, but his license. He said he was on his way home, and I looked at his license. I said, "Well, you missed it because according to your address here, you missed it by about 15, 20 miles back." Oh no, I moved. I'm living in New Orleans now. said, how long you been living there?
How long you living there?
Oh, about a year and a half. Yeah, you only got 10 days to change his license, right? Oh, I didn't know that. Well, you do. I said, then obviously you wanted a ticket. Well, why? I said, well, you passed me. You just passed me up. I said, no, I didn't want one. So I said, so you either don't, so you saying you don't want a ticket, you're not paying attention while you're driving? He didn't want to say he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah,
now,
he definitely didn't want to say that because that's he's just digging that hole deeper.
Yeah, it was just excuse after excuse after excuse Tuesday. No, Monday, this ain't a funny story, people. So going a little opposite direction when I usually go, but talking about my week. Monday, I am working school zone. I say working school zone. It's not much. I got to sit there, have my lights on. I think I was on my phone probably playing a damn game. Anyway, a train's coming by. As usual, we have lots of trains go by in this area I work. Well, all of a sudden I hear the brakes locking up on the train. I'm like, shit, that can't be good. No, the train's extremely long. The engine had already been passed. I'm like, shit, they didn't hit a car or something like that. Well, it's a couple minutes after that, I hear dispatch call out, sending a unit. It was probably a little over half a mile or so away from me, that a pedestrian had got struck by the train. So I, got on the radio. I headed over there. I go up to the engine. Well, I didn't go to the engine. I stopped back where I saw a vehicle. I figured the pedestrian would have been out of the vehicle. Looking around, I'm hollering, you okay? Can't find him. I talk to the conductor. He comes out and he tells me about where the guy was struck, which is well over half a mile back from where I'm at. So I ended up having to get back in my unit, drive down there, and we still had to walk a long distance because it was extreme wooded area, no access whatsoever. Well, we found the man. I guess it's sad. He was struck by the train. The reason he was struck by the train, and if y'all don't know me and stuff, I'm extreme animal lovers and stuff like that. This man had been out. He was a hunter, 40 years old, and he had the rabbit dogs, the little beagle dogs we run rabbits with. He was out there. He had four rabbit dogs with him. One was young still. He was training. The conductor said that he was the subject was standing off to the right side of the tracks, off of it, and one of the young dog ran back onto the tracks, wouldn't come back. So the man reached out and grabbed the dog to get the dog off of the track. The dog jerked in opposite direction for a second. The man ended up throwing the dog into this ditch wooded area and didn't make it out of the way in time and got clipped by the front of the train. And unfortunately, he did pass away. And it's sad that the man cared that much about his dogs. And I will say this, the conductor I was talking to, I was trying to calm him down a little bit. He was upset, extremely upset, because he had just watched, this man get killed. And I was explaining to him how it was not his fault. You can't stop a train. What people don't realize, don't run them crossing guards. It takes about half a mile or longer for these trains to stop. I said, you can't swerve. It's a train. So I talked to the other railroad guy that come out and said they'll probably end up getting some counseling for the people. That's what they do, which is good because they're not used to seeing that stuff. But, yeah, it was a little tragic, but that was that was how the week started for me at like 8-something in the morning when I go to work for 7.
That was a freight train or one of the Amtrak?
No, it was a freight train. It had a lot of tanker cars on it. There was video of it. A lot of these trains have cameras on the front of them when they're working. This one was working at the time, so there was video of it. This subject, believe it or not, by looking at him, you would not think he had been hit by a train. I think we showed a picture to you. I mean,
yeah.
So, I mean, it's sad to say, but fortunately enough, he was not messed up where his family can at least view him at his funeral for the last time at least. But the man gave his life to save his dog. What I understand, somebody said on Facebook or something that he had pictures of him and his dogs all the time. So he's extremely attached to his dogs. Just a sad incident.
That's some people are like that, especially with the beagle. Some people are attached to them, and a lot of the beagle owners sometimes, at the end of the season they get rid of the beagles also. But apparently this guy sounds like he was pretty attached to the.
If not, he'd just let that train smoke it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It sounds like he was pretty attached, not like some of the beagle owners that I've seen in the past where they didn't give a shit about the dog.
They don't care about them. There are a lot of people out there just mistreat dogs.
They'll abandon the dogs at the end of the season, at the end of the rabbit season.
That's just wrong.
That's how the week started?
That was Monday morning. That was Monday, like I said, I start work at 7, and this was probably around 7:45 or so. So I hadn't been to work long.
Yeah.
That's how the week started out. Yeah. We did have me and Tot I did get the first one. We were under a tree area across from this local dining area that does po' boys and stuff and seafood. We saw this lady come walking up. And I told him 10-12, which means visitors present. And she comes walking up, and she looks at us and said, my mom's over there too. She wanted me to come tell you she's older. And so she wanted me to come over and tell you. Yeah, she went to this restaurant over there, and she wanted me to let y'all know they had too many people. They were above their capacity that they're supposed to have in the restaurant. And nobody in there had masks on. I look at the Tot. He looks at me. We look back at her, and she's looking at us. So now we're just all fucking looking at each other.
Did she have a mask on?
Yeah, she did. And
but she stayed 6 feet away.
She did. She stayed back.
Okay.
She's like, well, what y'all gonna do about it? Nothing. And she's like, well, so we're not. That's not no part. They're not breaking any laws per se. There's mandates, but there's no laws.
Not a criminal aspect.
Yeah, and she's like, well, who am I? I said, you can call the fire marshals if you want. She's like, you have the number? Nope. You can Google it. She walked off. She wasn't too happy. I hung around there a while just to see if the fire marshal SWAT team was going to raid them for having too many people or whatever.
So
it's like these. My thing is, lady, if you're that scared and you see that the place does have too many people for your comfort, or they don't have masks on, drive somewhere else and go fucking eat. You don't have to eat there. That's your choice. If you went in there with people with no mask on and had too many people to get you a fucking sandwich, go somewhere else. Just go somewhere else.
Well, I don't understand what people expect the law enforcement to do with the mask.
There's
you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they expect the law enforcement community to do when there's no laws being broken.
Well, people like you see,
it's not a criminal aspect, so you can't just go in and arrest somebody for a mask.
You see people all the time on Facebook and all these places like that. They're like, "Oh, they arrested them people for not putting a mask on." No, they didn't get arrested for not putting a mask on. They got arrested for remaining after being forbidden, which that means the store or business area and says they wanted them to leave because they wouldn't put a mask on, and they refused to leave. So they got basically charged with trespassing, like it says, remaining after being forbidden. They were told to leave, and they didn't leave. That's what they're getting arrested for. They're not getting arrested for not wearing the mask. So don't let the news media people just tell lies and shit to you like that, because that's what it is.
Well, I've seen that several times where they're like, yeah, the law enforcement community has arrested this person for not wearing a mask. Well, that's bullshit. You're falsely reporting what actually happened and what the charges were. I mean, it's when an establishment requires a mask and they ask you to leave and you don't leave, then you get the law called on you. That's what's going to happen. You're either going to leave or you're going to be arrested for remaining. Well, here in Louisiana,
It's called remaining after being
but
forbidden.
in another state, who knows? California, it might be some bullshit wording that they have. Who knows? I'm picking on California.
Well, it's like, here in Louisiana, we're different. And our battery, battery here is actually considered in some other states, if you look at it, an assault.
Assault.
It's like backwards.
It's assault somewhere else, and an assault here is just like a threat.
Yeah, assault in Louisiana is just a threat. Like if I say, hey, I'm going to whip your ass, I just assaulted you. Now, if I actually go over there and punch you in the face, I just committed a battery. But if you read the law, actually, it says a battery is the unwanting touching of one person to another person. So basically, if you have two people at a bar that say, hey, let's go outside, I'm going to whip your ass, and they both go outside in agreement, they're going to whip each other's ass, and they get in a fight, they actually did not commit a battery on each other because they both agreed to touch each other. What they did do was disturbing the peace by fighting. Tracking what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because they both say, okay,
I always wanted to
touch each other.
I always wanted to have people sign the hold harmless agreement before we got into the fight at the bar. I don't know if that would stand up in court.
I don't know. That's why I don't go to bars. All right, we're going to take a quick. I'm going to take a quick break.
You can't go to bars.
No, you can't go no more. We have a place we like to go. We can't go because I actually called them. We're going to take a quick break. We're going real quick, and we're going to be right back.
Stand by.
We interrupt this program for an important announcement. Ladies and gentlemen.
Are you standing by? A very important message is coming. Are you still standing by?
We interrupt for this breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
There's a podcast that happens on Saturday night that you need to know about. All right, can I get out of serious mode? Let's go to goofy. Okay. Make sure to listen to Louisiana Saturday Night. Robert and April are your hosts, and they talk a lot about current events. And occasionally they'll have a guest and include them on the conversation. It's raw, it's blunt, and explicit. Well, if there is one thing I know, and that is I like dirty. Anyway. It's for anyone who wants to have fun and not take life so seriously. And God knows we need that these days. Robert and April on Louisiana Saturday Night. Check them out at louisianasaturdaynight.podbean.com.
These are the coolest dudes I've ever met.
And we're back. And we're cool. Beavis and Butthead said we were.
Yeah, as long as that happens, we're good to go.
Younger folks don't know who that is. I'm sorry. I'm old.
Well, Beavis and Butthead. I think
Cornholio need TB for my butthole.
Miss Freebird loves Beavis and Butthead.
Yes, that was on MTV back in the day. I loved them.
That was some original stuff. It shocked a lot of parents back in the day.
Yeah, that was before Family Guy and shit like that.
Yeah. It shocked a lot of parents back in the day because of the things they said on the cartoons. And I think they could get away with a lot of the things they said because of the cartoon. They didn't, I guess FCC, it gave the SEC a Fred Sanford moment.
Well, I was kind of like Married with Children and all that shit like that. But if you think about it, like Roseanne, Married with Children, those are more typical on real families than the Cosbys and all them other people where, everything's honky-dory, with picket fence. No, that's not real.
I don't know. Rudy was a problem on the Cosbys. Rudy was the problem child.
She wasn't that bad. Rudy. Free Bill. He was giving too many pudding pops out. Oh, yeah, Bill.
He's still struggling. Last time I saw, he's still in prison, trying to get out, but still struggling.
Well, they letting all these other people out from COVID.
Still struggling. I think, he tried to get out because of COVID, didn't he? I don't think he had enough pudding pops, or had given enough pudding pops.
The man was hilarious. I don't care what anybody says. He was funny. He was a great comedian, and some of that stuff, I understand. What he did was, you shouldn't be drugging women, but some of the women that were drugged came back a second time. If somebody drugs and rapes me once, I'm not going back to visit that person again. All right, well, I'm just saying, fights like if you're in prison and drop the soap and get ass raped, or if you'd go in there and drop the soap again, no, I'm going to find a way to put a rope on that soap.
You're going to be,
and I'm not bending over in the damn shower. Yeah,
I guarantee you, the soap on a rope probably developed because of some prison convict.
Got ass raped.
Yeah, it's like I'm not dropping the son of a bitch now.
No, but like I said, if you do it once, get ass raped. Okay, that could be, that's somebody's fault. The next day, if you go in there and say, "Oh, I dropped the soap," no, you want your ass raped.
Yeah,
don't go back.
If you have a high pitched voice and you don't have soap, and you're like, "I dropped the soap," then you're asking for it.
Yeah. Oh,
you have.
Let me grab the life boy.
You do that pretty good, though. That's a pretty good voice for somebody that's been in prison that wanted to drop the soap.
I've never been in prison. I've never been in prison, and unless somebody drugged me, as far as I know, I've never been ass raped. As far as I know, and when I fart, it still goes and don't go. So I think I'm safe.
I guess that's a telltale sign.
Yeah, I still have gription. I'm going to play this video from this news story here.
I know you got a rant.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
Well,
that's the commercial. Hold on, I got to let the commercial play out first, and I'm not promoting this whatever company it is. And people wearing out masks on.
This is the free version of YouTube, right?
It's not on YouTube.
Oh.
Or is it going to play? It says it's playing.
We did get a new TV that we tried a screen hack on.
Good evening to you. We're learning new details after yesterday's shooting of a Charleston police officer.
That shooting has left Charleston residents shocked and in disbelief.
Officer Cassie Johnson was shot in the line of duty while responding to a call on Garrison Avenue. Now, about an hour ago, Police Chief Tyke Hunt said, quote, Johnson is not going to be able to pull through this.
13 News reporter Cassidy Wood joins us from CAMC General. Cassidy, you were at this evening's press conference. Can you tell us what they said?
Well, Rob and Marilee, Rob, as you just mentioned, Chief Tyke Hunt came out and basically shared with us that Officer Cassie Johnson will not be able to survive on her own. They are actually holding a candlelight vigil over at Lately Park that starts here in about 30 minutes. So we're going to head over there and have a live shot for you guys over there at 7 o'clock. But so the press conference today, I think, you guys, the important thing to note in all of this is just the amount of outpouring of love and support that police officers, law enforcement officers all over the Mountain State has come out and shown for this fallen officer. Yesterday at the crime scene, there was over 70 patrol cars that I saw from all over the Mountain State, St. Albans, Nitro. Similar thing here today at the hospital. There were dozens of patrol cars that were showing up here just to show their support and love for the Charleston Police Department. And as you mentioned, both Chief Tyke Hunt and Mayor Amy Goodwin spoke, and they got pretty emotional.
With a heavy heart, I hate to say that she is not going to be able to pull through this. She is still fighting, but her body is unable to sustain life by itself. So, as one final parting gift to continue to help others, she is an organ donor.
Patrolman Johnson is a wonderful, bright young woman who is going to leave an amazing legacy for every woman in this city. She's a wonderful daughter, sister, cousin. We love Cassie. We love her family. And please tonight continue to pray for the Charleston Police Department and all of our first responders.
Chief Tyke Hunt also confirmed that 38-year-old Joshua Phillips, who allegedly shot Officer Johnson, is here at CAMC as well and is in recovery. For now, in Charleston, Cassidy Wood, 13 News, working for you.
All right. So, well, that's not a funny story. Of course,
we're all just trying to keep.
Not everything's funny.
That was in Charleston, South Carolina.
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
She had just been sworn in 2019 at 26. So she was either 26 or 27 years old. And she was, it says in the news article, this was up from December, she was unplugged on December 2nd. News article. Yeah, that's when it was written. She, this guy that shot her, Joshua Phillips, 38, said he was out on bond for driving under suspension and a DWI, and he also had a charge of brandishing a weapon before, but he was out on bond for the, he was shot too. Of course, you know, it's hard to kill a cockroach, so of course he's recovering. She was shot in the face on Tuesday when she responded to a illegal or parking complaint or something like that. So unfortunately, you don't see this stuff. So you see all this other crap on the national news, and believe it or not, just this past week, I read like several stories in the last week or two about several cops that have been shot, wounded, killed, and 2 police dogs that had died in the line of duty in the last couple of weeks too. You don't see none of that shit on the national news media.
Well, what you do see is when a cop's an asshole because you're expecting some other asshole to react this way, but that doesn't get reported. The only thing that gets reported is the cop being an asshole.
Exactly. It's not clickbait for them. They're not going to get the clicks for it, so they don't want to do it. So I guess they donated her organs and stuff. This poor girl was like 26, 27 years old. I mean, she was still a rookie cop. Sworn in 2019. And so that's sad. And the sad part is it's not reported on at all. It's fucked up. And this bad guy.
I haven't seen that on the news
no,
at
me
all.
neither.
That's the first time I've heard it since you've played that.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I mean, I have another one. I feel sorry for her family and everything. And, of course, the dirtbag will probably end up doing like 20 years and getting out or something for good behavior, or herpes 19 will get them and they'll let him out of fucking jail or some shit like that. So, you know, fuck him. I hope karma comes and bites him in the ass big time.
Maybe he'll not have soap on a rope.
I hope he, and no lube.
Yeah.
I hope they root his ass out like the plumber came to unclog your pipes. On this story from December 3rd out of California. An Antelope Valley, California Highway Patrol officer died Wednesday, more than a week after he was critically injured in a crash while responding to a call. The crash occurred at 7 p.m. on November 23rd when motorcycle officer Andy Ornells, I'm not sure, excuse me for butchering your last name, was on his way to help 2 people involved in a crash along the 14 freeway. Another motorist didn't see him on his motorcycle approaching from behind when the driver pulled from the right shoulder to make a U-turn directly into the officer's path. This poor fellow was 27 years old, sustained multiple injuries, taken to the hospital in critical condition, and on Wednesday he died from those injuries. People say, oh, they didn't see him. They probably wasn't fucking paying attention. Sounds like they're making fucking illegal U-turn to me on the damn freeway.
That's what it sounds like.
It don't say anything about them, the driver or anything being charged or anything like that. So, but this guy, another cop got killed in the line of duty. He wasn't murdered. got killed in an accident, and you didn't hear nothing about that on the national news either, did you?
The story that you played with the female, she was going to
she was dispatched to somebody parking illegally. Yeah,
and I've had that here recently. Pulled up behind somebody sitting in a car. Two guys sitting in a car, sitting in a handicap spot. So made contact with them. Of course, they're at a retail establishment and waiting on somebody. And I'm like, hey, you can't be parked in a handicap spot. So when you ask for their ID and all, of course, they have a driver's license that's suspended, which pretty much is an indication of warrants because your license it doesn't get suspended for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people don't realize that you're dealing with people on a daily basis that have warrants. This guy ended up having 2 warrants for not going to court before, DUI and a couple of other charges he had. Didn't go to court, but sitting there in a handicap spot. So I'm assuming that this female officer that got shot, dealing with a complaint, dealing with some of the same people that we've had to deal with.
Well, I think everybody says, everything, it was a routine. This ain't nothing routine what we do. And I know, like I said, I'm not bashing on anybody. I've hear other people, other podcasts, and they always talk about, traffic cops this, traffic cops that. Some don't like to write tickets. Tell you what, when you're making hundreds of traffic stops every year, like I do, hundreds, people don't realize every time you're walking up to this vehicle, we're walking up, we don't know who, what, when, or where is in that vehicle. What might be on their mind, what they just did, or anything else like that.
Well,
a lot of people don't realize how dangerous traffic stops are.
Well, a lot of times people complain on you because you walk up to a vehicle with your hand on your gun. Well, hell yeah, for everything that you see now and that might be coming, I want to be as prepared as your ass sitting in that vehicle. And whatever your thought process is, I want to be ahead of the game. So I might have my hand on the holster of my gun. I don't know anything. I don't know what to do other than that to be prepared.
Well, like I said, I've cleared leather, had my weapon pointed at people. It wasn't that long ago that I approached. It was like a big F-250 truck. They sit up high. It wasn't jacked up, but they sit up high naturally. And when I get up to the window there, I was on the passenger side. The guy went to digging on something, and he never realized that my gun was pointing at him when he went to reach, because I had pulled out and I had the gun down at the passenger door pointed at him where he couldn't see. He never knew that I had that gun pointed at him until I felt safe because of the way he was fidgeting and digging. I didn't know if if he would have pulled the gun out, all I had to do was pull the trigger at that point. Because I know you see in the movies all these people, hiding behind their car doors. That's the stupidest shit ever. I have been to practice where we have shot actual cars. They brought them from the junkyards. We have shot cars, and I knew for a fact that if I pulled the trigger, that bullet was going to go through that car door and hopefully enter him where I had it pointed at through that car door. When I seen that he was not digging for something in a threat, I put my gun back in my holster. He didn't have a clue that I had that gun out.
Yeah, you wasn't drawn up high, you were drawn low.
No, exactly.
And people don't realize it. People don't realize that. I mean, like you said during training, I've seen cars shot up, and the only two things that's going to stop a bullet or deflect it is going to be the pillar or the engine block.
Yep.
That's the only two things of a vehicle that's going to stop that bullet, or maybe the axle.
Yeah, you hide behind a tire, you might have a little more chance.
But a lot of people don't realize that.
Like I said, I feel sorry for her family. I don't know if she had any kids or anything. It didn't say in that story.
A lot of times sitting in the unit, I'll have my gun out of my holster on my lap just in case somebody approaches the unit. I might be doing paperwork or something on a computer. And what you hear nowadays, just like you see in Los Angeles,
ambushes.
Ambushes. I definitely want to have. A lot of people don't realize when you're sitting in your vehicle, it's difficult to get to your service weapon. Sitting right next to a console, it's hard to get it out, especially with all the retention stuff that's on the holster.
When I do park somewhere, I'll try to make sure there's no way for me to come up behind me.
Yeah.
Like I said, that MOTORCOP got killed. I've lost a lot of friends, buried too many friends being in motors as long as I have that's gotten killed from motorcycle accidents. This is kind of a second part from a story that I talked about a couple weeks ago, I think. I got a little video, I think, on it. We'll play it, and then we'll talk about it. The headlines, Minneapolis is still waiting for outside officers to help fight crime. If y'all remember a week or two ago, I talked about how Minneapolis, how they're defunding or cutting their budget by all this money and got rid of hundreds of cops. And now they're wanting to hire outside agencies to come in and help for like 2 months and want to pay, going to cost them $500,000 when they just defunded their department, the police department, like $1.1 million. And this is kind of a follow up on it. So I'm going to play the video and then we'll talk about it.
Woo! You look good in that jockey tee. Better wear.
After the ad plays.
After the
obviously ad. That on the ad, that girl thought he looked good in that jacket, though.
Yeah, I was hoping
she was very excited about it.
I was hoping that wasn't the story.
Oh, here we go.
It's approved $500,000 for the police department to contract help from other agencies.
A week and a half later, MPD still doesn't have any additional officers on the streets. So what's the holdup? Here's WCCO's Rich Chapman.
The number of people hurt and killed by gunfire in the city of Minneapolis continues to rise. The death toll nearing 80, gaining ground on the highest number of murders ever in the city.
Minneapolis Police Department right now, our resources are hemorrhaging. Our city is bleeding at this moment, and I'm trying to do all I can to stop that bleeding.
Chief Madaria Arredondo petitioned the city council for money to help contract out with other law enforcement agencies to help respond to the needs of Minneapolis residents. The goal was to have additional officers on the street from November 15th until the end of the year. So far, no police partners are actively patrolling the streets of Minneapolis. According to Minneapolis police, its potential law enforcement partners have been sent contracts that are being evaluated by their legal teams. MPD would not say which agencies the contracts went to. We do know Hennepin County Sheriff's Office is a potential partner, and Metro Transit has said it could not handle taking officers away from providing safety on trains and buses, but added it will continue to support MPD as it has in the past. Reg Chapman, WCCO 4 News. City Council for money to help contract out with.
So basically, the other cops, departments, the Metro train police, obviously, is basically like, fuck y'all, we ain't giving y'all no people. We don't have enough of it. And the other agencies, whatever, supposedly they're reviewing contracts. You could not pay me $100 an hour if I worked over there in that region to go help Minneapolis PD out. Not saying the PD's bad, but fuck, the city they the one that took the money away from the cops and got rid of the cops. Now they want to spend money to have other cops come help. Fuck that. Like I said, I'm in law enforcement. I would not go in there and help not to help the law enforcement people help, but go work, because if something does happen, we all know for a fact that the fucking ain't nobody got your back out there. They're gonna hang your ass out too fucking dry. Like I said, you could not pay me $100 an hour, $200. I don't care how much you pay me. The answer would be a big hell no. Sorry, I'm busy, not helping. You shouldn't have defunded the cops and got rid of all of them. I'm not coming to help you. Like I said, fuck that.
The moral to this story is not go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, correct?
I haven't lost anything out there. I don't even know.
I hadn't either, but I sure as hell wouldn't want to go to a community where they don't have a damn bit of help.
No, well, just said their crime's spiking. The murder rate's going through. Their murder rate's highest it's ever been. Oh, what the hell you think is going to happen when you get rid of the cops? You think all your citizens, all the bad guys are like, oh, well, we can't commit no crimes or do anything bad because the cops aren't there to stop it. Fuck no. It's like the purge for them. They just going to do whatever the hell they want to because they ain't worried about getting caught because the cops they do have are probably overworked. They're underfunded. They're probably running from call to call to call to call. So they're basically report takers. They're call takers. They're reactive, not proactive. They're just reacting to the stuff that happens. They're going write reports and trying to investigate as much as they can. They don't have time because there's not enough of them to go and actually patrol and try to deter crime. So that's what y'all asked for out there, right? That's what y'all wanted. They got it.
I was looking for the senators and the state representatives for that area. Oh, CLUBHOUSE. CLUBHOUSE is a representative for that area. I was thinking Omar was, but normally
I've never been there. Don't care if I ever go there. The same thing with like New York City. I've never been there. Ain't lost nothing there. I mean, they're getting rid of cops and stuff too. Place is gonna burn down, but that's on the city council. That's on your politicians out there, and that's the people out there that are electing these politicians. So that must be what y'all want. Y'all keep it in y'all's area. I'll stay down here in Louisiana.
Well, we don't have any defunding problems.
We don't have any defunding problem at all. So y'all can keep it. Let us know how that works out for y'all.
Well, COVID has defunded some things, but nothing like your budget being cut and, you know, people not giving a shit about the police because they want to just save money and send it somewhere else.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I've lost.
It's not comparable to COVID cuts.
Well, I've lost, was unable to make a lot of money this year due to COVID because the football season was cut short. That cost me around $2,000 in overtime. They have no parades. I used to be in the tot, worked off duty escorting these floats.
My salary's been cut.
Yeah, you work for free. You basically have to pay them. You have to pay them to make your salary cut.
COVID, I was already free, so COVID already made me go the other way. I had to pay.
But I mean, I've probably lost. We probably lost several, $2,000-$3,000 just from not being able to do those. So I probably lost close to $6,000-$7,000 this year that I wasn't able to make because of it, if not more. Because some overtime got knocked out for a while when the shit first hit too. So it's affecting everybody. But
well, I'm just glad we're in an area where that defunding craziness doesn't apply, or people that don't have that attitude.
Oh, it's good. Well, I work for the sheriff's office, which we get our money from taxes. So, and the sheriff controls his own budget in Louisiana. I don't know how other states are. So, basically, ain't nobody can really defund a sheriff's office. They can do these PDs because the councilmen and mayors basically control them, but control their budget. But
what, you saying you don't have any quotas? You got to fund your...
No, the sheriff lets me
like everybody thinks.
Let me write as many tickets as I want to. It's fantastic. So what'd you think about that LSU game last night?
Well, it might would have been better if they were defunded. That we could have cut the game out.
I brought you a hat.
I did. I saw that. I'm probably not going to wear it because it's an opposite team that I support.
Oh, I was working escorts at the LSU football game. The state troopers that guard Nick Saban came out and they gave us some Alabama hats. And Freebird is a big LSU fan. I said I'm going to fuck with him with the hat. Mrs. Freebird, I took more offense to it than
there was a back when I was looking for a new vehicle, there was a Ford that had a very crimson color that I really liked. That Ford, really liked that color, and Mrs. Freebird did not. I was not allowed to have that color truck, so that's been a staple color that we don't have around the house.
No crimson in your
crimson. Maybe even at Christmas time, we might have to change the colors of red.
No red lights. So it's not the red light district over there at all.
It's definitely not the same as last year's football team. Well, I know you still.
Did you like my Christmas decorations I put out?
I didn't happen to notice any.
Because there is none.
I must have missed that.
We don't even have a tree. We ain't got a tree yet. We ain't putting that damn tree yet.
Oh, Mrs. Freebird's been decorating for 2 weeks. Well, she waits for the day after, Black Friday, really, after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's her day, her holiday.
You need to answer that?
No, it's go.
Okay.
That's probably Freebird's mom saying that she posted on Facebook. No, she's actually calling. I guarantee you she's calling because
she got lost.
No, she's wanting to know if I have any pictures of my dog for his birthday.
Y'all doing a birthday party for your dog?
I don't think so. I asked her that day, if she was going to come over for the dog's birthday. It's his 1 year. It's 1 year birthday.
I didn't get invited to Fido's birthday party. You have like a little bone shaped cake and.
Well, we thought about going to the establishment that gives the
pup cups.
Yeah, the pup
cups.
Puppuccinos.
All that is a cup filled up with whipped cream. Freebird's having a little coughing fit over here. I hope it's not the herpes thing you got.
Puppuccino choked me up there. Yeah, Mrs. Freebird wanted to take the dog to get a puppuccino for his birthday.
Well, I don't know if you listened to last week's episode. I kind of went off on that Starbucks establishment. So
I did hear it.
It is fucking ridiculous to pay that much. I did see a story saying, well, Starbucks is giving out, first responders free coffee. My wife's like, ma'am's like, oh, see? Then I said, I guarantee you it's not the $10 coffee. They're probably giving you a little cup of black ass coffee that and I'm sorry, I'm from Louisiana. You can't beat good old community coffee at all. Community coffee is the best. You gonna make it over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. I'm good.
You sure?
I'm good. Yeah, it's not the
something hit the dangly thing in the back of your throat or something back
it's
there.
It's not the herpes 19.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting choked up about the first birthday of the dog.
I mean, it must be major ordeal there.
But yeah, I guarantee you that Freebird's mom was calling because he wanted to know what we did for his birthday.
Poor
See, if we took him for a ride around. I can tell you this. I used to. I had an American Bulldog that loved to ride in a vehicle. And it was before him. It wasn't him. It was my boxer. My boxer used to love riding in the unit. And I would take him, I would put him in the back, and we would just ride around. And he loved to just look out the window. That's all he wanted to do was ride around in the vehicle and look out the window. But I'd be damned if I would have people call and complain. And when I wasn't a K9 unit, well, why the hell I had a dog riding in the unit if I wasn't a K9? It wasn't specified as a K9 unit. That's no shit. I had complaints on that.
Because people have nothing better to do with their time
and
than complain on people.
We're dog lovers, but man, I tell you what, that boxer loved to just ride around, and he, I don't know if he pretended like he liked to be in jail because I'd put him in the back seat and roll the window down and had the bars in the window, but he loved it. But not, like I said, I had to stop because I got complaints.
Did you play the song "Bad Boys" when you?
I did not. I did not.
That poor song has been so overly used through the years.
I might have played "Who Let the Dogs Out" a couple of times, but you get complaints on that too.
I remember the first time I heard that song. Oh, people gonna call and complain about everything. I was speaking to somebody yesterday, that they were telling me that they pulled this woman over. They work in a school zone, and there's a donut shop right across from where they got to block this major state highway. They had the road blocked, letting traffic out, and here comes this lady driving down the damn shoulder, past all the other cars that are stopped. And so he stops her. Asks what she's doing. And said she was going to get some donuts. He's like, well, you can't drive down the shoulder. That's illegal. Well, I did it yesterday, and that cop that was out here told me I could do it.
There's no way. That's I'm calling a lie.
Fucking a lie. Okay. And he's like,
not in your area.
Yeah. He's like, I doubt that, ma'am. So he gets her information. He writes her a ticket. Well, she's being a bitch, of course, being rude.
So she said she was able to do it the day before and just bypass everybody and drive down the shoulder.
They drive down the shoulder to get these fucking donuts. I guess because they think they're talking to some cops. And they mention the word fucking donut. We're going to go, oh, donuts, okay. That's okay. Get some donuts.
Donuts.
Yeah. Them crime-fighting super biscuits right there. Sweet, delicious. No, it don't fucking work, okay? So anyway, she's being a bitch. He writes her the ticket. She's saying she snatches it out of his hand and stuff. And I wasn't there, people. I'm going off of what this person told me. And she said, makes some comment or something to him. He's like, well, I can add some stuff to it. Give it back to me. And he snatched it back out of her hand. I think added another violation on there. You know, and gave it back to her. Well, of course, you know, the bitch calls and complains on this person.
Well, you know that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. Especially that area that he was in. We were discussing that northern region.
Yeah, correct.
Anyway, he gets a call. He's got to call the captain. Then, of course, you know, the bitch done called and complained on him. And she even
probably exaggerated it a little bit.
Oh, sure. No, they wouldn't do that. If y'all don't hear sarcasm in my voice. She tells him, this captain, that she was rude to this deputy who got pulled over, but her complaint was that he was rude back. So he don't get suspended, but he gets a talking to over this. It's a big crock of fucking shit I ever heard in my goddamn life. That the bitch just says she was rude, but her complaint was that he was rude back. You get what you give. If you're nice to me, I'm going to be nice to you. And if you're rude to me, I'm going to be rude to you too. Fuck you. That's the mentality of some of these people out here. It's like, I'm a cocksucker? Yeah, you're so right. Thank you for calling me that. You know? Yeah, I mean, I had a caramel flavor one the other day with some vanilla drizzle on it. It was so yummy. Would you like to have some of this cock?
Well,
I mean, Jesus Christ! I mean, people.
Some people forget that they're, you know, when you try to call somebody out and then they call you back out, you know, they forget that people are human.
Yeah.
The police are human. So
we're not robots, people.
You're not just going to take shit just because you're a public service guy.
Oh, I love the ones. Oh, I pay your salary. Well, motherfucker, guess what? I shop in the same locations you live, and so I pay taxes. So I guess I pay my own fucking salary too. All right, I don't want to hear your bullshit.
Nobody pays my fucking salary.
No. They don't. But I'm saying, motherfucker, I pay your salary. I'm your motherfucker. No, you don't. Well, give me a fucking raise.
Don't pay my fucking salary. I get paid zero. Yeah. Well, I don't know where I don't know where your money's going, but it ain't in my pocket.
Trying to tell me. Oh, I had one time, 100 years ago. You know, I was writing tickets as usual. This little cocky fucker. It looked like he's in his 20s or something.
Oh no, there's no way he was in his 20s. Yeah. Being a cocky little bastard.
Yeah, and his daddy probably ass raped him in the shower.
Yeah, well,
he looks at me and says, "What? I guess you're gonna get your quota today." I said, "Well, tell you the truth, I surpassed it." I said, "But with this ticket right here, they're giving me a new microwave oven." Stupid motherfucker! I can't stand that stupid ass shit.
You got the bonus microwave oven?
Yeah, I got that was my microwave oven ticket for the day. You know, like a kid. Like the kids coming home selling that candy shit from school, you know. Oh, if I sell 5 million boxes of chocolate, I get to ride in a limousine. Motherfucker, I'll pay the $100 because the 5,000 boxes of chocolate you got to sell is going to, I can, you know, put a down payment on that motherfucker. My dad, we never sold that shit. My dad was like, I send y'all to school to learn how to read and write and add, not to learn how to be a door-to-door salesman. And what I don't get is these schools do that. I know they understand they're trying to make money or raise money or whatever, but you're sending all these kids home with the same exact shit.
Hey, the good thing about COVID, they cut that shit out.
Yeah. Well, all these kids, but they send all these kids out from one school with all this same shit. Well, guess what? They all live by each other. Mm-hmm. They all live by each other. So, I mean,
if they instead of selling chocolate, if they sold donuts, I would buy the shit out of donut.
I bought the cookie dough from them before, but it's fucking pain in the ass.
Ain't the same.
They want you to come pick the cookie dough up. I'm like,
It ain't the same. Ain't the same.
And then they're gonna show up and gonna try to sell me overpriced paper, wrapping paper. No, you want to sell? They ain't buying $20 roll of wrapping paper so somebody can tear the shit up.
I've been on both sides of the donut stuff. You mentioned that earlier. The donuts.
Donuts.
You always get those comments.
I love donuts.
I do too. You always get the comments of, the police. I know you had another comment on another episode where they were asking you why. So you're here to get donuts?
Yeah, like what are you here for?
I happened to come across a lady, and it's an elderly lady. She was probably, I don't remember her age. She was, fighting with the kids, screaming and hollering. And so they call, we get out, and I have her on the porch talking with her, and she starts wanting to fight a little bit. So I'm kind of holding her up against the wall, trying to calm her down. And she gets to trying to kicking and swinging. So we fall down on the porch. So
was she naked?
She was not naked. and I doubt if I even that thought would have ever occurred with this older skinny, and then she was a small little lady. So all I had to do when we fell down on the porch is lay on top of her, and this is the first time that I didn't have a response.
Were you naked?
I was not naked.
You were laying on top of an old lady?
I was laying on top of the old lady, and the only response that I got, it wasn't like she was enjoying it. She was squirming, and she's like, "Get off of me, you fat cocksucking donut eating motherfucker." And it took me by surprise because I didn't know what to say. And the only thing I could think of to say was, "I love donuts."
Stop squirming. Your ass got tapeworms.
Stop squirming. I'm gonna lay on top of you, and I love donuts. That's my donut story.
I really liked Bavarian cream filled donuts and the lemon.
The lemon is the best.
I love lemon pie stuff, but I love the Bavarian cream and the lemon filled.
Oh, the lemon is best. Bavarian, I can't do. I can't do that Bavarian for some reason. It doesn't taste right with the. And I don't know about plugging businesses, but damn Krispy Kreme is the best.
No, ever. Negative. I'm not a fan.
Well, they have an app. Krispy Kreme has an app, and you can make an order and go pick the damn thing up.
I just don't like the way their donuts taste. I like how Mary Lee's and those that they're like more fluffy. They're fluffy.
Okay. All right. So
think about it. I know you've eaten both.
Yeah. Well, I've eaten Mary Lee's, and I've eaten.
But Mary Lee's is like, I don't know, like the glazed stuff, the regular donuts, they're just like, they're lighter and stuff, airier.
Now, if you gave me 12 or of each, I'd probably eat all of them, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter Mary Lee's, but
my preference, if I'm going to go out to get some, I'm going to go like a place like Mary Lee's or something like that. Krispy Kreme's not going to be my go-to.
I don't know. I have to beg to differ. Krispy Kreme is going to be my number one, top of the list. But of course,
a lot of people agree with you. I mean, I've seen them lined up in the road to get food. I'm like, why the fuck?
It's like Starbucks. It's like Starbucks. They lined up in the road.
Yeah, they lined up in the road.
$10 coffee.
When $10 coffee, you can go to Circle K and get a cup for $1.50.
Yeah, lined up. I don't know. Sometimes
I told Bam, I said, you want it? I'll buy some eggnog and get some coffee and put some eggnog in it for you, and save you Starbucks coffee cup. I'll put it there. You'll think you have Starbucks. I even stir it up and make some froth on the top of it or something like that.
Put a little whipped cream
Froth,
on top.
to me, froth just that when they froth it, that just looks like something that cows do when they're chewing too much cud or something like that.
Yeah.
That white frothiness that they
I hadn't thought about it like that, but it does.
Now you have. Then you don't want no more froth.
Yeah.
Cow spit.
That's probably gonna put any idea I had of going to Starbucks out.
They say you can have it. You people, y'all can. I don't know, whatever.
Of course, there's a lot of you guys.
It's the people that work at coffee shops even have a fancy name.
Well,
they're called what, baristas or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just a fancy nothing. I'm not putting that
don't
down.
know.
That's just a fancy name for a coffee pour.
I don't know if I would ever put that on a resume.
I was a barista.
Yeah, but I know a lot of you guys. They sit at the coffee shop. Starbucks coffee shop.
Oh, yeah, you see me sitting there.
Y'all have a Starbucks out?
No.
Do you have a Starbucks out?
No, not where I work. And if they did, I wouldn't sit there. Nope. I go to the casino every morning and get my own coffee, community coffee.
Yeah.
With the community,
there for a while,
little
community.
Creamer. I love community coffee.
There for a while, community. Mrs. Freebird loves the K-Pods, and community had
the king cake, the Mardi Gras king cakes are delicious.
You couldn't get it; would leak if you tried to use the community in the K-Pods because they had a certain problem with the community. But I think that's since been fixed. This was several years back.
The community. It should be coming out again. The Mardi Gras community. It's got like a little cinnamon taste to it, like a
Does
king
it?
cake.
Okay.
Yes, it's delicious.
Well, that'll be the only taste of Mardi Gras you can get because COVID.
Mardi Gras has been canceled.
Herpes 19 has
Herpes
canceled.
19 has canceled Mardi Gras. All you motherfuckers can't be out there spreading the herpes.
Well, a lot of people don't realize. You get down to New Orleans, there's state police is undercover that. You try stupid shit, you're gonna get stupid shit back.
Well, New Orleans is still shut down more than everybody else.
Yeah,
as far as I know, I ain't lost nothing down there either. So
yeah, we used to go every now and then, but since the COVID, it's changed quite a bit.
Maybe it won't smell like pee so bad.
I'll tell you what.
I'm sorry, people. Bourbon Street smells like piss. Okay, it does.
It does.
It smells like it smells like a fucking porta can on Bourbon Street. I don't know why it's illegal to piss in this street, but it just smells like pee.
Well, there's so many alleyways that people I think use for a restroom that no one can see.
Oh,
so
it just
and everything runs downhill.
Yeah.
Everything runs downhill back towards Bourbon Street.
I used to go out there all the time. Well, I lived down there in high school and stuff. So, we'd go out on weekends. That's where we were at. But as I've gotten older, got less, wanting to go out there.
It's been a staple for us. We, every time we want to get away from where we're at now to
you like to go to Oz
partying spot.
You like to go to Oz when you do
Oz? I never have been to Oz. We normally go. We're normally at the.
It's way at one end.
Oh no! Then I know if that's the end you're going to, then that means they probably have no soap on the rope. They just drop it. So I didn't go out that way. We normally frequent.
When you get towards that end,
piano
you start
bar.
seeing the flags and stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
We
now people, if you from out of state or wherever, once the herpes 19 is gone, and if you do decide to go to Mardi Gras or go frequent New Orleans, I'm just gonna say one thing: don't get off any of the main drags. For one thing, you might get your ass killed. Second of all, if you're a guy or something and you're picking up a woman down there, make sure she don't have a dick, okay? Because they got some women down there. Well, I say some people down there that they look like, and it's not happened to me. I'm just saying, I grew up down there. Yeah, I grew up down there, but it's like you be walking out there, it's like, oh damn, that's a good looking chick. And nope. It might look like a girl. It might talk like a girl. It might even smell like one, but you're gonna have a dick, so you might want to check
So how do you? What do you recommend the
I'd be like,
directions for checking if a chick has a dick?
You got a dick?
So you just
I'm just going straight up.
You can't.
You got a dick?
You can't frisk them now. You just
no. I'm just
gonna
say, hey, you got a dick? Because if you do and you go home with me, this shit's not going to work out real well. Somebody's going to get hurt. I mean, you can be whoever you want to be, whatever you want to be. I'm sorry, but if you're a chick with a dick, you might want to let the guy know that you got a dick, and not like, surprise, motherfucker. I mean,
yeah. You don't want to give him directions to drop the soap. Drop the soap in the
then
shower.
Well, recently this guy.
Why does a woman want to make me drop the soap in the shower?
Yeah, this guy was the law enforcement, but no, he was telling me him and some of his buddies went out. They were at this restaurant bar area, and they were just chilling. And these couple girls coming to him was flirting and stuff. Said they were good looking and stuff, and they were buying them drinks and shit like that. And he went and got up and he went to take a piss because they had been drinking. He said next thing he knew, one of the chicks that was hanging out with them drinking and stuff was standing next to him at the urinal taking a piss too. Okay, and of course he goes back to the table and stuff didn't work out. And of course the transvestite, transgender, whatever you want to call them, some of them got offended because they were like, look, y'all could go, we're not gay, and they got pissed off. People, you can't get pissed off. This poor guy thought, he said, oh, they look good too. I'm like, well, yeah, you can't, these were straight guys thinking that y'all real women, and you can get mad when you're standing up taking a piss next to him? No. You should have walked up, and if he bought you one drink, fine, say, hey, I just want to let y'all know we're transgender, we're whatever it is. Yeah, should have let them know you had a dick before you thinking, no. And you going to get mad when they like, look, y'all go the fuck away? No. Little heads up, if you're a chick with a dick, warn the straight guy.
So they some of the women that you come across are badge bunnies. What do you call the transvestites that are looking for police?
I don't know.
The chicks with dicks. What do you call those? Are they still badge bunnies?
I guess it'd still be a badge buddy.
Badge buddy.
Yeah, badge buddy. I guess. Yeah, yeah. Watch out for the badge bunnies and badge buddies out there.
I mean, it just happened. It just occurred to me to ask that question.
Well, that's a good. I never thought of. That's a good one.
I never have thought.
Like I said, anybody's listening, don't take offense. I don't care if you want to dress up as a woman. I do not care. That is your prerogative. Live your life however you want to live it. But if you're out and about and you're flirting or having fun or, with a guy or something, it would just be nice to know, hey, let this guy know that you don't have y'all got the same parts. Then if he decides, if that happened to me, I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't freak out. I'd just say, hey, look, I'm not gay and I'm not interested in, penises. Have a nice day. Good luck with that. I'm not going to cuss you, but
I've never come across anybody that I've had to search that.
I had one in court one time when I was bailiffing that came in that the judge was confused. They were in jail, but it was, they had breast implants or something like that. They had boobs like a woman, would-be boobs. And they were up at the podium, and the judge, I guess, didn't realize, but he kept saying, ma'am, ma'am, ma'am. And I was like, I leaned over. I was like, Judge, that's a man. He's like, what? I said, it's a man. He stood up on that bench and bent over and looked closer. I was like, first of all, yeah, he's handcuffed to another man. They don't handcuff women to men. I'm like, and he's like, he looked, he's like, you a man? And it's like, yeah. It was just shocked. I'm thinking, handcuffed to another dude. They don't handcuff female inmates to male. This isn't like this ain't co-ed jail here or nothing like that. But,
co-ed cuffing.
Yeah, it was. And this was 10 years ago or more.
you know, a lot of the old school, and you and I are old school, a lot of the old school mentality, we were having to deal with a bunch of things now that you'd have never thought possible growing up. So that's what you're saying is one of them.
No, well, police work in itself in the last 20 years, it's this way down. It was a totally different way back then. Me and Hondo were talking Saturday, and we were like, dude, you remember when this, and this, and it was just coming to work was just like fun. Just couldn't wait to get back to work. He's like, yes, and now it's just like fucking work. It's just like work. It's like, fuck, it's Monday already. Before it's like, yeah, I'm going to go to work. I'm going to go to work even when I'm not getting paid. And go this and that. I'm just going to work on my days off and shit. No, I'm like, man, fuck, how long I got to retire? It's the whole week. Back when I first started, the good guys knew who they were good guys, and the bad guys knew they were bad guys. And it was just almost a mutual respect between each other. We had our frequent flyers. We all knew each other by name. Like I talked about one with Doc Holliday, you know, that one guy. We knew every time we dealt with him that he was going to run. Sometimes he'd get away, sometimes he wasn't. But once we caught him, he wasn't going to fight with you or nothing. Yeah. But the chase was going to be on. And that was just common. I was like, oh, fuck, we got to go deal with him. We're going to get ready to run, you know. And it was just, but everybody, even the bad guys, everybody had kind of a mutual respect with each other. Now there is no fucking respect for nothing.
Yeah,
I go to every scenario I go to. I go with a positive mindset, where you know this and this. I know I wanted to go this way. I'm going to treat this person this way, and next thing you know, I'm getting cussed out. I'm getting called this. I'm getting called that, and I'm just like, man, fuck.
You never, like you just said, you never know how things are going to go. There's been times I arrested people that thought I was the greatest thing since sliced bread. I thank you for taking, you know, doing things this way, and then you turn around on the other side, and you're getting cussed at. So you're the worst piece of shit because you arrested them and you treated them this way, and you treated, and it was all the same. It was all the same. So you never know how things are going to go.
Well, it's a crazy world, especially now. Definitely a crazy world. All right, people. I ain't going to keep y'all too long. How far are we into this? Yeah.
Dang.
Getting close to an hour and a half. I've been trying to keep it a little shorter. Being Freebird, we're having fun. So he'll definitely be back again. I like him co-hosting with me. But
it's great. I want to thank you for having me back, and it's tell a little bit of stories fun. And
like to hang out and stuff like that.
Talk about your rants.
Yeah, just bullshit. Just bullshitting. I did have. I hope I didn't depress nobody. I know I had some sad stories, but sometimes it's just the way it is. Not everything's funny all the time.
I will eventually have in the next year and a half.
No cheating.
I'll have a naked story.
No cheating.
I won't cheat.
Look, if anybody, if you are, you know somebody that would like to be a phone-in guest, or if you're in Louisiana area and want to be an in-studio guest, email me or message us on Facebook at Perfectly Dysfunctional Podcast on Facebook. Email us perfectlydysfunctional@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at MotorC. On Parler, MotorCop Chronicles. Yeah, we are on YouTube now. MotorCop Chronicles podcast. I am working on maybe doing something live. That won't actually be me. It'll be something else, but maybe might do that. Then maybe,
we might could have just a Freebird or something.
Yeah, I'll just be off camera since I'm still anonymous.
Maybe just hand puppets or something.
I could wear a green screen suit. Yeah, I could do that. I don't know how I'd look in a green screen suit. That'd be scary. Like I said, if you're a first responder, corrections officer, police officer, motor cop, bicycle cop, horse cop, fireman, paramedic, dispatcher, would like to be a guest, or if you just have some stories that you'd like to get out there and you don't want to be a guest, email me at one of those or on the Facebook and send them, and I'll do my best and read them for you if you don't want to be a guest. hit us up on it and let us know if you're on that, listening on Apple Podcast. Give us a 5-star review. Write us a review. Help us out there some. Until next week, and always remember, smile, because the Iceman could be behind you.
I'm cranking up on the throttle.